Y'all, I am so excited for this video. I have not been this excited for a video in a very long time. So welcome to the family room playroom makeover. Come with me, join me on this journey as we make over this playroom. This was so much fun. I loved it. I love how it turned out. But let's rewind and start from the beginning. So this room, when we bought this house, was a nice bright white. And while I know that for most people, that's kind of the aesthetic that everybody likes, I really do like a lot more color. And I also really love kind of moody spaces, moody rooms. Luckily for me, this room has tons and tons and tons of windows, which meant that I could go a little bit bolder, a little bit moodier with the paint color. So with this room, I had a vision for a very Swiss Family Robinson, jungle, Jumanji, like I wanted it to feel like maybe like a 1940s jungle excursion. I wanted something that had a bit of a vintage vibe combined with the jungly vibe, but not in a cheesy, like cartoon monkeys kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I found some incredible inspiration, and so that was what I did. I just took those pictures, those ideas in my mind, what I wanted it to be, and that was my kind of jumping off point for the design of this room and what I really wanted in here. So of course, step one for this space was to get the room all cleared out, to get everything, all the furniture out of it.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait.
Step two, of course, was choosing a paint color. I have been like a Pinterest machine trying to find the right paint color for this room. I have just been like combing over design blogs and just certain designers that I really enjoy following, and looked at their website because a lot of times they'll list their favorite paint colors, and that was kind of where I started, and I ended up narrowing it down to 3 paint colors for this room. So these are the color options that I have. A Benjamin Moore color called Vintage Vogue. This one is another Benjamin Moore color called Salamander. Oh, I love that color. And then the last one is a Farrow and Ball color called Hague Blue. I put them on the wall. When I'm testing colors, I really like to put them on different areas of the wall so I can see certain areas of the room get more natural light, some get hit by more of the artificial lighting, yada, yada, yada. So I like to kind of put them in multiple places in the room so I can see how it's gonna look in various lighting. And as soon as I put them up, I could kind of almost immediately say Hague Blue wasn't what I was going for. It was too blue. And to me, it was really between Salamander and Vintage Vogue. But I brought my husband in and I was like, okay, what do you think? Because normally he doesn't really care to weigh in on these things. But I brought him in and asked him to chip in, you know, give me his 2 cents on this. And he was immediately drawn to the Vintage Vogue, which sort of reaffirmed where my gut was going. Vintage Vogue it was, and then came the arduous task of painting the room. Now, I had it in my head that the pictures I'd seen of really dark painted walls in rooms, they also painted like the window frames as well. And at first I didn't, and the baseboards and all of that. At first I didn't do that. I just started with the walls. But I was like, it's just something about this. It's not right. It's not right. So I ended up going back and painting all of the framing of the windows. I painted all the way up to the trim on the ceiling and the trim on the floor. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Hopefully you guys can see the color. It's very cloudy and overcast today, but I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I decided to go all the way to the ceiling, all the way to the floor. I left the wood quarter round. I'm gonna bring the rug in and the sofa and get that set up so that I can kind of see how those compare. Once the walls were painted, then it was time for the fun part. Really fun part is the decorating. That's where everything really starts to come alive, when you get to start pulling in different elements.
I can't get enough of it, oh, cuddle up, right by my side. The years will talk, come back tonight, not a place it feels like home.
And a huge thank you to Castlery. They are sponsoring today's video, and they are who we turn to find the perfect sofa for this room. So one of the things about this room being a playroom, family room, is I wanted something that was durable. I wanted a really durable material, and I wanted something that was dark, wouldn't show all the fingerprints, and this pebble sofa is perfect. They create furniture at affordable prices without compromising the quality of the furniture that you are getting. Their furniture is designed to be stylish, comfortable, but also functional. And that is what we have found with this pebble sofa. They have a direct to consumer approach. So they kind of cut out the middleman by selling the furniture directly to you. That allows them to keep their inventory a little bit on the lean side so that they can keep their prices down for the consumers like us who want great furniture at a great price. They definitely have that very like mid-century modern feel to a lot of their furniture. All of their designs are created in-house, and they do collaborations with lots of like award-winning designers. So we chose to go with the pebble sofa and add the ottoman with it as well. We also did the Miko coffee table and the Miko side table. Now, what I really loved about these was I feel like all of this very much fits in with my sort of mid-century jungly theme. The sofa, obviously mid-century vibes, works great. I love the rattan part of the coffee table. I feel like that just really pulls in, again, those kind of jungly treehouse vibes. And the top on this coffee table and the side table both lift off, so you can put stuff down in there for storage. So like, for example, we have been storing blankets inside the side table and inside the coffee table, which is great when you just want to be able to toss them in somewhere, pop the lid on. But it's great to have that kind of storage option within the coffee table itself. If you guys are interested, if you're in the market for some new furniture, if you're doing a room makeover yourself, Castlery does offer free swatches if you want to be able to test the fabrics, the colors, to see what's going to be right for you and the room you're designing. I love the quality of the fabric this sofa is made out of. It's got just enough texture to really make it like sturdy and give it that kind of like lasting quality to hold up to 8 children and dogs. We chose to go with the ocean blue color, which I feel like, again, I wanted something that was deep enough to not show a bunch of stains and things, but also a color that would kind of just go well, contrast well, and go well with all of the color scheme that we had going on in here. It also offers flat rate shipping, which is fantastic, and a 14-day return policy should it not work out or not fit in your space or not be the color that you wanted. And they do also offer warranty coverage as well if you want to snag that to protect your furniture even more. I, of course, will link to the pieces of furniture that we chose down below in the description box, but poke around their website a little bit because they have so many other really beautiful furniture options. Now, I had this vision for going above the windows with bookshelves and basically having like the whole room be, the top of it be like bookshelves. And I didn't end up doing that all the way around, but I did find these shelves that hang the other way. Again, I'm working with kind of this small space there. So I found these shelves that hang the other direction, if you will, instead of the post being under, they're over. And they worked out so well. They were perfect to put one over each window. We just did them on one side and the opposite side. And I think it looks fabulous. I loved filling them with like books and little trinkety things, particularly because I wanted to have those elements in here. I wanted to have those fun, like the gold animals, the gold monkey, the gold giraffe and stuff. I wanted to have those in here, but I knew if I put them down too low, my kids were just going to play with them, break them. So for now, they're up nice and high where they add to the room. I can see them, we can all see them. They kind of add to the feel of the room, but they're not down low where little hands are just too tempted. They can't help themselves. All right, so like I mentioned, I really loved that salamander color, and we had this piece of furniture in here because I didn't want to replace every single thing and buy everything new. I really wanted to see how much of what we already had I could repurpose. Obviously, super grateful to Castlery for the sofa and the coffee table and the side table. I had this cabinet in here where I was keeping like my record player on top of it and stuff, but the color of it just didn't quite go with what we were doing in here. So I had the sample paint bottle still from the salamander color, so I used that and painted this. And then I had some extra polyurethane laying around to seal it, and so that's what I did. I don't know how long it will last. I definitely won't say that it's like the greatest furniture makeover ever, but it works for now. Hoping I can find sort of a vintage piece to go here, but for now, I loved this sort of repurposing of this. And I also spray painted the gold handles with a copper spray paint. So I felt like that kind of added a little bit of an extra touch as well. So let me go ahead and show you the grand reveal of the room, and then we will come back and talk just a little bit about the details.
Of me, people fight for survival. I'm chasing tails, I'm surrounded, can't stop for a second to breathe. My thoughts are flowing like water. One day soon I will find, I know I am close, I know I will shine. Back to the jungle. Take me back to the jungle. Hey. Take me back to the jungle. The city keeps me distracted, but I know where I should be. I'm leaving. Just take your mask off and join me. I know you're dying to see all the secrets I'm hiding. One day soon I will find, I know I am close, I know I will shine. One day soon I will fly. I'm feeling alive. Take me back to the jungle. Take me back to the jungle. Hey. Take me back to the jungle.
So I loved having the egg chair as this like added piece of whimsy in the room. World Market was my next stop for finding so many of the trinkety things. I knew that they were going to have so many things that fit the vibe of the room that I was going for. And this rug that we put in here. This is, I love the deep colors of it. Not only does it hide animal hair and crumbs and children goo, but I just feel like, again, it just helps to deepen the room. It helps to add warmth to the room. We also ended up deciding not to paint the fireplace. We really need this brick material element to kind of bring something different, a little bit of depth into the room. I have seen beautiful pictures where people have painted the brick the same color as the wall to make it one solid thing. That I think looks beautiful, but it feels a little too modern for what we were going for in here. Well, even though I thought we might end up painting the mantle, again, when I stepped back and looked at it, I was just like, no, I like it just like this. I don't want to change anything. It couldn't be a jungly room if I didn't bring in some houseplants, if I didn't bring in some of the nature element and bring it inside. I have never been somebody to have real houseplants because I always would just kill them. But since I've managed a garden outside, I figured I would give myself a second chance at having indoor house plants. So I got some beautiful hanging plants, as well as a little palm plant for the floor over here, and I absolutely love them. I would like to add more. I don't want to become the crazy indoor house plant lady where it's too much. So I stuck with the 3 for right now, though I cannot promise that I'm not going to be adding a lot more in the future because I absolutely love what it brings. And even though we have other fake plants around our house, now I really want to switch them to real ones because you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference. And what it brings to the room to have these beautiful houseplants in here is just an added element that I love so much. So maybe you're thinking after seeing the final reveal of the room, Angie, there's too much furniture in there. I hear you. However, there are 10 people in our family, and this has really become our family room space. Initially, we left our old faux leather sofa in here just while we were working on the room. And we found that having available seating for everyone or close to everyone really has made this into like our family's hangout space. This is where everybody comes when they wake up in the morning. We sit down, my husband and I drink our coffee, we chill, we hang out with the kids. It's really like brought us all together into a space in this house that we haven't had before. This is the only TV that the kids have access to, so they like to come in here and watch cartoons or a Discovery animal show or something like that. And so this has really become our hangout space. So while I was very tempted to move this sofa out, I came to realize that the playroom element of this was kind of getting overshadowed by the family room element of it in that way. Obviously, we still have some cabinet storage and things in here where the kids can keep some toys. Right on the other side of this wall, we have moved our baskets and crates of toys. And the truth is that there are very few toys kept downstairs anymore. Our older kids, as they've gotten older, keep their stuff up in their room, which it used to be the exact opposite in our old house. Nobody kept anything in their rooms. Everything was down in the playroom. But that was when we had a giant finished-in garage as a playroom. So for us right now, this actually works. The boys keep their Legos and their Connects and their Beyblades and all their little chokeable stuff up in their room, sorted and organized where no little ones are stealing it. And then we just sort of have a collection of trucks and cars, some dolls, puzzles, things like that are down here accessible for all the younger kids. So this has actually worked out really, really well. I also wanted to mention the sconces on the side of the fireplace on the sides of the TV. I really wanted something that in the evening, we've only got the 2 floor lamps because we changed the ceiling fan in here from this old yucky white fan to this kind of like palm leaf fan, which of course goes with the jungly theme. I didn't want, listen, I really tried to rein it in. I didn't want to spill over too much into cheesy. I really tried to stay in a classy, jungly way without jumping too far into cheesy. Though I love a little cheese every now and again. Fan was the only element I was a little bit worried about, but when I saw it all together, I felt like it was good. It didn't feel too cheesy to me. Maybe it does to you, but to me it didn't. But because the ceilings are low, that ceiling fan couldn't have a light on it as well. It was just the fan. So we've got a floor lamp, another floor lamp, and I really wanted some lighting sort of on this other wall. So unfortunately though, we're not electricians. We really didn't want to have to hire an electrician to come and wire for lighting to go on either side of the TV. So I was able to, with the magic of these fingers and Googling, find battery operated sconces for these walls. So they have these little light bulbs in them and then they're just switches on the side, so they are battery operated. So we only turn them on in the evenings if we're gonna watch a movie or hang out in here, otherwise they're off. That was really the final touch in here that I was like, aha, I love it. Perfect. Okay guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed the reveal of our jungle playroom family room. This room has become our family's favorite room. If you ask any of my children, they will tell you, like, this is their favorite room in the house. This is where everybody goes. Even my husband loves it. He calls it the Jumanji room. We all love it. The warm and cozy vibes that it gives off. It's part of the reason that I love a little bit of a darker, moodier paint colors and color palette in a room, is because I do think it brings in that bit of like warmth and welcoming. So it's all of our favorite room right now, and I love how it turned out. Thank you to you guys, so many of you who encouraged me when I said a few months ago that I kind of wanted to paint this room really dark and I want to do something kind of bold, and you guys were like, yes, do it, do it. So thank you for the encouragement and the nudge to do it, because I'm so happy we did. We all just love it. As always, I will link everything I can for you down below in the description box. Let me know if you have any questions. That's it, you guys. I will see you again very soon. Bye.
Want to get right off the stress that builds within me. Oh, I want to take all